And good morning and welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Ron Foster, touching base with you as I always do every day. Ah, it is Tuesday. It is our Tip Tuesday. It is our Photography Tip Tuesday. So y'all know what that means. So today's topic, look what we're going to be talking about today, y'all. We are going to be talking about, let me get it on the screen. 10 quick hacks for photographing the New York Knicks Canyon of Heroes Parade. Now, I know that most people around the world do not have a Canyon of Heroes, but this will apply to any parade. But this, our Canyon of Heroes in New York is so specific. And there's probably about 2 million people that may show up, maybe, and they could use these photography tips. So this is really tailored to the New York Knicks fans. Since we've been on a New York Knicks fan kind of we're gonna call it roll. Okay, so if you are a New York Knicks fan and you are going to the Canyon of Heroes Parade on Thursday, these tips will help you. And they are they're you can use them for all photography, but they are tailored for mobile devices. So, because most people will not be carrying a camera like myself, they'll be carrying smartphones, cell phones, mobile phones. And this is for you. So stay tuned for that. 10 quick hacks for photographing the New York Knicks Canyon Heroes Parade. And so I'm excited about that. I did some homework to get so I can be able to share that with you. And this morning we had a great conversation. We gained 6 subscribers this morning. The morning show is where all the new subscribers come in. I mean, literally, we got, was it 6 or 7? I think it was 6 new subscribers to this community. So speaking of subscribers, if you're in this community, make sure you hit the like. If you are new to the community, make sure you hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. Okay? And so, yeah, I'm excited. This is going to be an amazing week. Thursday is the parade. So I'm getting myself ready, making sure I have all my equipment all tuned and ready, get my everything. I got to have everything ready for this Thursday. So today is our photography day, our photography tip Tuesday. So welcome to Touch Base Daily. And I hope you're all doing well wherever you are in the world. It's evening, it's morning, it's afternoon, it's nighttime, wherever you are. And so we'll get ready to say some good mornings in a bit. Oh, yeah, just for for today's word early this morning, the word was failure. And then you could just go and check it all out. The word for today was failure. And so this is a new day. Let me see. Where am I trying to do? I am trying to also get our Instagrammers in here. So hold on a moment. And let's do that. Here we go. There we go. The Instagrammers will be in lock and step with us in just a second. Okay, here we go. Excellent. So our wonderful, we got to make sure. I have to always, sometimes I do it and some days I don't, but I am going to get more in the habit of, Instagrammers, they're out there. They should be part of this. And so here we are, the Instagrammers. Okay. There we go. So let's say hello to some folks since we're here. And first person in the building is our wonderful Hannah. She says, "Good morning, Ron and Touch Base Daily family." And everyone, make sure you keep Hannah in your prayers. She has a couple things going on today, so she'll be moving around. She'll be on the road. So keep her in your prayers and keep her in your mind, okay? And also, Tanya is in the building with her Travel More. Says, hello, Hannah. Hope all is well. And then she is also saying hello, Hannah, there. And also, we have right in the she says, Hannah, am I in the right place? Yes, you are. Now you are, because now you have the regular icon next to your screen name. What's up? What's up? KXC world. What's going on? So good to see you here. And I see also Hannah. Tanya saying travel. See, y'all getting me all mixed up, Tanya and Hannah. They're having this conversation back and forth. Good day, Ron. Touch Base Daily Family. I missed you this morning. I missed you. But Chris was doing her thing. She brought out that wrench and she was knocking out all of the trolls. The trolls they could not stand up against Chris. She had the magic wrench to get rid of them, to tune them up or tune them out. And so here we are. What else? So that we may be close to the end of this Iran U.S. Israel war that didn't have to be, that wasted lives, wasted the countries around the world suffering, right? Suffering for nothing, causing all kinds of headaches and pain. I have friends in South Africa who are in pain because of the oil crisis. I had to change my plans when I was overseas because of the oil crisis. It all worked out though, because I'm here. I'm here in New York. And I was telling Adrian and Nancy yesterday, it all worked out because I got to see them really have a beautiful time as the Knicks won their final championship, the NBA championship. And that was a great experience just to be here for that. And also, I'm here to be able to photograph something that is very historic. It is this one. I won't say it never will happen again, but it took 53 years to get here. So hopefully it won't take 53 years and more, but I want to be able to photograph this event. And so I'll be doing it. And hey, Unc, say, Unc, what you doing, bro? What you doing? Thank you. I forgot to put you on the screen, sir. I forgot to put you on the screen. So again, today's Photography Tip Tuesday. So what's on your mind today? Where is everyone? Is everyone? I don't know what's going on with these. I know Don Lemon said the same thing, and a bunch of other folks said the algorithms have changed. Something about the algorithms and how our bat signals are getting out into the world. Like some people say they're getting the notifications. Some people say they're not getting the notifications. Nonetheless, still use notifications. So yes, use them. Okay. So we have that. And what else is going on today? I mean, that's pretty much. Oh, there's the G7 going on right now where all the world leaders are meeting. And really interesting. I was just watching about roughly an hour ago. They had the photo session, and how Trump one time started nudging people back in the day, and this time he would just kind of like was just kind of like meandering and didn't know exactly what to do and where to go because the leaders of the world were not really interacting with him. They really didn't give him the time of day. They were just doing their thing. They were connecting with one another. They acknowledged him, but they just kept on moving. It goes to show you where we are. What is Americans standing in the world now? After this moron has taken over the White House and everything else in their administration. So anyway, it is what it is. Okay. What else is going on? You know what? I really don't have much to say today. I mean, I know that sounds weird, right? All I could think about was the Knicks and getting this lesson together. So I didn't really do all the other, you know, studying like I normally do. I would go through the world history and look at some, not the world history, but you know, I mean, global politics and what's happening. But I did talk to one of my friends who I'm very concerned about. You can keep him in your prayers, and just call him M because I cannot pronounce this. I won't. I don't. You won't be able to pronounce his name. But his name is M, and he reached out to me. He says to me, you know, he's from Congo and he lives in South Africa. And I know you guys have been seeing a lot of the footage going on in South Africa. The xenophobia, the Afrophobia, and it's getting very dangerous in a lot of places. Countries like Nigeria, Ghana, um, Ethiopia, and some of the other countries, and I think it was Mozambique, they have sent chartered airplanes to get their citizens out of South Africa. And then there was I think it was yesterday, Australia joined the UK and the US in posting warnings about going to South Africa. This is so sad because one of the best countries on the continent of Africa, as in its beauty and its people, is South Africa. And it is heartbreaking to see the people of South Africa struggling because of the few. There's some really bad people, the minority, that are going through homes and pillaging homes and harassing foreigners, immigrants. It's just horrible. Yeah, the Hotep, the Hotep and Grand Rising. Oh, hello, hello, Dr. Tachi. But it's just so sad because, like I said, I was just there in Cape Town, and Cape Town's a little bit more protected than like Johannesburg or Durban, because those are further out, and they're, you know, the rich people live in like Cape Town, and there are some wealthy people that live in Johannesburg too. But out in the other parts of the country, like Durban and Johannesburg, and some of the region, they are suffering. They are suffering, and I don't know what. I'm glad I left, and I did not stay in Johannesburg as advised by my colleagues, who kind of like I polled things and asked questions when I went to do certain things. They said, "No, Ron, do not stay in Johannesburg. Take your butt home to America." That's what they said. And I was going to stay 3 weeks. I would have been just leaving probably around this week if I would have stayed for 3 weeks. And the airports are full because there's so many people trying to escape. The people that have left, those that have, the bandits have gone to their homes and pillaged. It's just sad. So sad. Why? You know what's even? I know that there's white on white crime everywhere in the world anyway, as well. Like you have, I mean, hello, Korean and Russian, they're white on white crime, or white on white disagreements and wars. But it's just so sad when you see black folks, at least for me, um, attacking other black folks for being immigrants, especially when a lot of the immigrants are from countries that helped support South Africa to get its freedom from apartheid. So you have Nigeria, Ghana, Mozambique, and a whole stretch of countries that literally helped South Africa and pulled them out of apartheid. But again, when the people are not educated, they fall for anything. And this is around the world. This is not just, I mean, obviously South Africa has this thing, but I mean, same thing in America. When you have uneducated people that don't understand the dynamics of global interactions and the importance of global interaction, you kill the goose that lays the eggs. And think about, because of those few ignorant people in South Africa that are pillaging, hurting people. I heard some people were killed, unalived. Now, visitors are not coming to the country. And for most of these countries, visit tourism is what makes the money. If you have no tourism, you have no economy in a lot of places. I mean, hello, let's come back to America. Because of cankles, places like Las Vegas have lost millions of dollars because of ignorance. When you don't understand global political connections, we're all connected and the economies are connected. And if you cause an unsafe condition in your country, you lose tourism. And for most countries, tourism is a big thing because we're all connected. We're all connected globally. We need each other. Think about all of this. I'm staying here now, back from South Africa. Now we're back in America. Think about all the border towns along the Canadian border in America. Those towns are suffering because people are not traveling to America from Canada. But that's because you have a president that's so stupid and so ignorant. When people are ignorant, they do stupid things. Some willingly, and some are just going with the flow. They think, oh, wow, it must be true. They believe it. It must be true. Meanwhile, they're destroying their country. Think about even with the World Cup in America and all the visitors that we do have that have come. But a lot of people are, this World Cup could have been really amazing if we didn't have Trump in office or his policies, ICE, and all the other stuff that's going on here. Because in most countries, America has been declared a dangerous place to visit in a lot of countries that would have been here. Or you've seen the news over the last week. People that were on their way here got turned around. Got turned around. People that were involved in the World Cup, the referee, some of the supporters for their countrymen. Yeah, this is where this is. So you think, but this is, I don't know why people think racism, bigotry, xenophobia, Afrophobia, the hating of others is good for your country. It's not. it only destroys your country. It's not good to hate. Hate is such a horrible thing. You have never seen any country prosper on the foundation of hate. No. Dr. Taji says Joburg has some craziness happening from what I understand. It's bad. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse in South Africa. Like I said, my buddy, I talked to him 2 days ago, yesterday. Yeah, I talked to him yesterday. We've been having a conversation for the last 5 days. We've been conversing. He's originally from the Congo, and now he lives in South Africa. He's been in South Africa for 12 years, set up his whole life, brought his wife, brought his children to South Africa. And now he was like, Ron, put it out there in the world. If anyone has jobs or any place you can go in the rest of in some other part of the world, I have to think about leaving South Africa. And think about the cost. People can't just get up and leave. It's hard to pack up your family and leave. Hats off with folks in the government of Ghana, the Ghanaian government, the government in Nigeria. You can say what you say. A lot of people say what they want to say about Nigeria, and they always got something negative to say about Nigeria. But yesterday and 2 days ago, the Nigerian government sent chartered planes to get their citizens out of South Africa. But we can't even believe this. Like I said, I love South Africa. It was one of the places I was going to live. I wanted to live in South Africa. I have friends that wanted to live in South Africa, but now they have to change their minds. They were even in the works of planning to live there. My travel buddies. Think about all the expats that you see on YouTube that have moved to South Africa. I can't even imagine what they're thinking, what they're going through. I mean, there's a lot of them are seniors. When you look at some of the expats on YouTube, I mean, you guys have seen those photos, those shows. But what are they going through? You packed up your bags, you moved to another country, and now the ignorant people, there's a small body that are causing so much havoc that now there's a bulletin to say, do not come to South Africa. Don't go to South Africa. It's dangerous. And that's not the whole country, I'm sure. Because there's some places South Africa is huge, for those that don't know. South Africa is huge. And this xenophobia and Afrophobia is not happening. I'm pretty sure of it. Is not happening in the northern part of South Africa, nor the northwest of South Africa. This is happening in the main cities, Johannesburg, Durban, just outside of Cape Town. It's not happening all over. Because guess what? Most people that live in the outskirts of South Africa either live in townships or they are rich. And both of them need each other. So they're not where there's not a lot of immigrants that live in the outer parts of South Africa, like in those far areas. There are no immigrants there. Immigrants do like they do in every country. They go to the main cities. That's where they live. So keep my buddy M in prayer if you can, as he's trying to navigate how he is going to get through maybe departing from South Africa because they have a deadline. These people, these folks have given immigrants, even though they haven't even not they haven't what's the word? Um they haven't made good on their word. June 30th is the last day they said. All immigrants must leave by June 3rd that are not documented. And a lot of these people are documented, but it's so sad. So my heart goes out to my buddy and to all the people in South Africa. My heart is broken for them because this is going to set the country back years, years. Dr. Tyson, South Africans really messed up with this one. Other African countries have long memories and they won't forget the insults. But I know this is a product of internalized colonialism. I always say at the base of every problem when it comes to international affairs is colonization for the most part. And it is said that there's a portion of the rich people in South Africa that are fueling this discord because they want to disrupt the country, like the Elon Musk types and the rich people, the billionaires, are in on this because they want to break away, allegedly. They want to break away the western part of the Cape and make it its own country and separate it from South Africa. Because those ports in Cape Town are one of the largest, if not the largest, but I think it's the second or the first largest wealth is concentrated by those ports. The revenue, the millions of dollars, if not billion, that come through those ports. And this is just the facts. The white Afrikaans, AANs, they want that part of the country. And so it is said that the president is in, which is sad because he is an African black man, but was not educated. So I've been told in South Africa, but he's been co-opted, and he has the money coming in allegedly from these entities. And that's why he did not say anything about all of this. He just spoke up about it last week. And it wasn't even strong. It was a weak condemnation of what was going on. So, man, why can't we just get along? It would be good for all of us. Hey, Elise says, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I see also some hellos. Also, Photo Ken is in the building. He says, greetings to all of you, amazing wonders of the universe. Like that. And good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Kimmy Kim is in the building. She says, good morning. Oh, they get down the screen. Good morning. And then we have our wonderful Chris with that wrench. Y'all see the little wrench next to her name. She said, I don't have anything bad to say about Nigeria because the level of fondness that comes out of Nigeria needs to be studied. Those men are tall, dark, and beautiful. Chris, you know Nigeria is more than just the men. Golly, Chris. Lisa says, "Good morning, everyone." And Dr. Ty says, "Look, they better stop. Oh, Nigerians don't take insults lightly." And Dr. Tachi, well, because you're Nigerian. You're right. Nigeria. All of my friends who are Nigerian, they're like elephants. They do not forget a thing. If you do something wrong to them, you hurt them, you talk bad about them, you make them feel a certain kind of way, they will remember it to the day they die. Not you die. They will remember it to the day they die. And they will hold to it. They will have nothing to do with you. They won't call you. They won't reach out to you. They will not look. They hold it forever. At least my friends who I know, like my buddy who I hung out with when I was in Namibia, who now he's Nigerian. He lives in Namibia. Whoa, well whew, you do not want to go on the bad side of a Nigerian person. Just saying. Just saying. Elise says, "Good morning, Hannah." And she also says they want apartheid back. Allegedly. Here we go. This is true. And at the base of this, allegedly, are the same people that are our problems in America. The Elon Musk, the Peter Tills. I forgot the other third one. They're from South Africa. And their branches and how they're connecting these areas, they're in that politics in South Africa, in their old country, which some of the people in South Africa don't want to have anything to do with Elon Musk and the Peter Thiel. But allegedly, their financing, or people like that in the billionaire class, are financing the instability because they want the country to go. They want to take the country back. Sounds familiar, right? Elon Musk, Peter Thiel in America want and are really dragging America into a apartheid like situation. Think about it. Think about all the black people that have lost their jobs. Think about all the black people that are no longer in the military. Think about all the black people in the colleges that have lost financing. Think about all the black people that have become almost second class citizens ever since Ankles has been in office. Think about all the black women in DC that lost their jobs. Think about all the companies that have laid off black people. The black community is hurting in America. It's a shockwave what has happened in the last year. These things are all connected. The Steve Bannons of the world are not just working to destabilize America, not destabilize the South Africa, but they are working behind the scenes to destabilize the whole planet because they want minority rule. They believe as white people are dying and not having babies and not creating more of them, they are terrified that people of color will do what they did to us. And that's not it. Most people of color don't think like that. Most people are not trying to be colonizers. Most people do not care to rule as minority rule. We ain't like them. It just, that's facts. Again, the colonizers. Now, those, so I'm distinguishing between white people in general and the colonizers. Now, the colonizers, obviously, in the past were, well, white. But there are white people today that do not follow the colonization mindset. But there is a minority that still do. They want to create laws. They want to create institutions, defund institutions. They have their hand. You think about Africa. Think about every time an African country, actually, let me just go back, change that phrasing. A country in Africa, distinguish between the two. Africa is not a country. Africa is a continent with many countries in it. And every time one of those countries rises up to the occasion to take control of their wealth, the countries with the colonizing mentality try to depress them, try to unalive them, the leaders, or whatever dastardly thing they can do. I mean, look at Nigeria. I mean, this is a whole thing. I mean, I went down a road. I knew I should know. Once I start talking about world politics, I just go down the snowball effect, because it's real. At the base of, if you really go follow the money, if you ever look at Africa, the continent, and look at all the countries that are in Africa, on the African continent, every time they've tried to create a Pan-Africa, make one country out of Africa, if all of the countries in Africa became states and they became the United whatever Africa, it would be the biggest economy in the world. It would be the richest nation in the world. And most colonizer countries do not want that. They feel threatened. All the resources, where are they? In Africa. All the gold in the world, Africa. All the diamonds, Africa. All the oil, Africa. All the uranium, Africa. Should we go on? Rubber, Africa. Cocoa, Africa. If the countries of Africa became one country, man, that's why they fight to keep the countries divided and the people within them divided. Someone needed to hear that today, I guess. I just want to. I did not plan to go down that road, but here I am. At least says at the end of the day, the unemployment rate will still be high. Exactly in that. And this is the problem with South Africa. South Africa has an unemployment of 38%. Let that sink in. 38% unemployment in your country. And you're worried about the migrants? That's not a migrant problem. That's a policy problem. That is, someone's making all this money, and think of South Africa has a big tourism. Well, up until now. And resources. So, who's making the money? Who's making the decision? Their anger should not be against their fellow brother or sister. Their anger should be aimed at the president, the people in charge, the people, the billionaires, the millionaires, the people that own the lands, that stole the land. That's where their anger should be. But It's like one politician. I forgot the gentleman name. He's a politician there, and he's really trying to get them to see that their anger is in the wrong place. Their anger is misplaced in South Africa. And the people are going to have more unemployment because if you have no tourism, unemployment is going to go up. But there is another movement in South Africa. I saw it on this weekend past where people are rallying and saying, no, we want the immigrants to stay. Don't leave. We need the immigrants. The immigrants are the ones that pay the South Africans to work. The immigrants own the bars, the stores, the cafes. The immigrants. Now those people have no jobs. You see how racism and bigotry, xenophobia, Afrophobia are not good things? No one wins. Everyone loses. Bryson says, what's up, Ron? What's up, everybody? Happy new release Tuesday, everybody. Oh, speaking of new releases, today is an election day. It's Tuesday. Ding, 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 ding. Americans, 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 let the bells ring. Siren alert. Today is election day somewhere in America. And you need to vote for the small things. If it's a sheriff, if it's a judge, if it's a statesperson, congressperson, whatever, primaries, you got to be involved. Jay says, good morning, beautiful people. And good morning. I see more mornings. I see more good mornings. I know I wasn't supposed to go down that rabbit hole, but I mean, I just couldn't stop, unfortunately. Elise says, they are doing the same thing here across the world. Exactly. This is the unstabilizing of most countries, a lot of countries. And at the end of the day, it's colonizing thinking. Colonizers, they're still here. The colonizers have not gone anywhere. They've just changed faces. Their children are here. Their great-grandkids are here. And they're still colonizers too. Oh, Chris says, I don't think that guy did himself or MAGA any favors by attacking. Oh, yeah. That guy was an idiot. Attacking our forever First Lady Michelle Obama, sad how she lives rent-free in their heads. That was so uncalled for. And it was even out of context. It had nothing to do with it. That came out of nowhere. Changing subjects, y'all. Changing subjects now. Okay. Keep South Africa in prayer. Keep an eye on the world. Keep an eye on the colonizers. This is the next subject right here. Lady Michelle Obama, First Lady. And I like that. Forever First Lady. One of the, if not the classiest, smartest, that's not if, that is a true. She was the smartest First Lady we've ever had. The smartest, the most educated, highly respected of all First Ladies. There is not one First Lady that comes near the First Lady Michelle Obama. Check the history. There have been some smart, wonderful First Ladies. But none of them come close to Michelle Obama. And that guy, like, out of nowhere, they just asked him, what do you have to say? And out of nowhere, it was like, what did Michelle do to you? The ignorance of these people. I can tell you, these people are the, woo! Yesterday, I was feeling some kind of way. No, was it yesterday? We found out 2 days ago. I think it was on Sunday. because that thing was on Saturday. Horrible. They cannot get the Obamas out of their heads. They live, as they say, rent free in their heads. The hatred, they still can't get over that there were black people in the White House and that they did a great job. Racism is some kind of drug. We always say it. It's some kind of drug. Lee says, the sad thing about South Africa and other African countries is that black people are the majority, but don't own that much. Also, Chris says, I bet you they won't try that bull crap in Burkina Faso. Ibram Tory do not play. I love Ibram Toure. That's exactly why they encourage them to fight each other. Exactly. I've heard colonizers say such riches were never meant for those people. There we go. Elise says election day in DC. Election day in DC, y'all. Get out there and vote. All right, please don't mention his name on here. Kinkles. Mr. Kinkles. The Prime Minister has announced their ban social media for the kids of age 16 and everybody is upset. Where's that? The Prime Minister where? What Prime Minister? Who? What country? Elise says the Obama Center is opening this week. Yes. I wish I could go. Ooh. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. There's so many people scheduled to be there. I want to do it. I want to be there. I know I got to visit. I have to visit before I go back to Namibia. Photokin says early primary voting in New York City. Yes, through June 22nd, election day, June 23rd. Get out and vote. When you vote, you don't have the ignorance leading the countries. You don't have ignorant people and racist people. You know, if I may go to the subject of Carmelo Anthony. I think it's Michelle, her show. That's usually on Don Lemon's show. She is a beautiful, amazing lawyer. She points out about the Carmelo Anthony case. She says, she mentioned so much of that could have been prevented. The outcomes could have been prevented if the people voted. Because the judge, I think she mentioned the judge, the sheriff, the prosecutor, all of those are elected officials. And if people vote, you can change the outcomes of this happening again. You get the country you vote for. You get the town justice you vote for. We have to vote. The power is in the vote. Vote. Is it true that the next day she sued him for defamation? No. They want this Jasmine Crockett and a bunch of different people were mentioning on their platforms that Michelle Obama should sue. But the Obamas have said nothing. They have not responded. The Obamas have not responded. Bryson said the Obama Presidential Center grand opening is on Juneteenth, which is Friday. What are you guys doing for Juneteenth? Are you guys doing anything for Juneteenth? I can't believe we got the Knicks game. We got the Knicks march down the Canyon of Heroes on Thursday. We got Juneteenth on Friday. We got the opening of the Obama. This is like and then we got also the World Cup. Excuse me for burping. This is some kind of weekend. Correction, New York City early voting ends June 21st. Thank you, Sunday. Thank you, Ken. And Anthony Rowland says, that's a narrative that they have been pushing since 2008. And SOS is in the building. SSO7 is in the building. UK. Oh, in the UK. Oh, gotcha. I didn't hear that. I need to look that up. Kimmy says, I'd like to go to the Obama Center too. Kim, we need to plan something. We need to plan something. We need to say what day. We need to just plan a day to meet there. That would be good, right? Elise says there is a runoff election in Georgia today. Yes. 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 Thank you for the UK. Chris says Cardi B says she's gonna spend $5 million to get Carmelo Anthony new lawyers to get him the justice he deserves. There were several entertainers that have contribute to his family getting money for the lawyers. There was a big move. I forgot. There was several entertainers. I do want to say there was 50 Cent was one of them. 50 Cent, Cardi B. There was several entertainers that are helping the family. Hello, Lisa. She did not file a lawsuit. Yep, she did not. They're quiet on this one. Some weirdo white guy offered to make a GoFundMe for anyone in prison to get him. What a effing loser. That is sad. These are racist. Okay, thank you, Elise. And Anthony says, well, be in Charleston, South Carolina this weekend. Woo! We'll be in Charleston. We're heading to Charleston at some point. I can't wait to go back to Charleston. I don't know. We're still working on that. Family time in Charleston. Elise says, I will be in Baltimore on Juneteenth supporting Black artists. Are you going to go live? Are you going to interview? Are you going to share your story? I'm just saying. Elise. I am targeting Elise. Let me go into my little handy dandy drawer. Elise, if you can work it to get one of these little guys, if you can, this will become your best friend. Chris carries this all the time. Everywhere he goes, I carry it everywhere I go. It comes with a little mic, like the little mic system there, right? You got a little mic, and you have this is the Oslo 3, right? And this is very handy because you can just flick that little thing there like that, and then it lines up, and then I can, there it goes, and there's unlocking, and then you can just interview people on the go. You can use this as your little handheld, and you can just put the clip there, and you can interview people on the whim. You can just throw this little thing in your pocketbook, in your bag. It's so handy, dandy, so good. And eventually it will get together. And then you put it inside. But it's worth having. It's a great investment. And since you are sharing these amazing artists, that would be a great tool. I think I'm just suggesting, or anyone out there that wants to do on the move interviews or sharing on your platforms. That's a great tool. Okay. Let's see here. Photo says, what to say about Fox gobbling up? Oh, did y'all see that? See, now we're on the move because now you guys are getting into sharing subjects. Yes, Fox just bought Roku television. That just came out yesterday, wasn't it? Yes. Yes. I was like, what's gobbling up? You know why? Because a lot of people, a lot of households have Roku. It was the cheapest way to get like television. Like it's like assigned to like when you go to I think when you go to Costco's and you get your television, it automatically comes with Roku, I think, right? Think of all the access they're going to get to so many people because of Roku. Huh. A TBD trip? I think Kimmy Kim. Maybe we should do something like that. That's a trip worth going on. Like doing something together. Hmm. I would like to go to the Obamas library. Lisa says, I heard Bozy put a half a mil on his books. A half a mile, a half a mil on his books. She said, oh, maybe it's a trust fund, maybe not on his books. Okay. Jelly says, I might go outside to a friend, Afrim, and send me the information. I am Elise. I'm sending you this information immediately after I get off this thing. I'm sending it to you because I think it'll be handy to you for you. Jazzy says, I used to love Afrim. Is that a person? Am I missing something? Is that somebody I don't know? Is that someone in mainstream that I don't know? How much is that camera and Micron? You can get this whole little setup. I think I paid $379. I think it was. You can check online. I can, you know what? I can look it up right now. Hold on a second. Where Osmo. The Osmo 3. It's going for the basic one is now going for $419 in some places. B&H here in New York has the whole packet with the mic. Like I got this one from B&H. It's $539. Walmart has just this, which also it already has a mic built in. It's for $404. And yeah, so basically now they've gone up since I bought mine, but they're like between four. Well, they also have some sales going on. I think Amazon. I know a lot of us are not on Amazon. Um, but yeah, the Tech Day, Amazon's Big Day, these are on sale as well. So, but yeah, this is. I mean, look at that. Look, you see how that is now for is filming me. You see, a little screen. It moves. You can adjust. It does so much. It's such a great little tool. And you see everywhere I would travel, you will see these or people popping these out of their pocketbook and or their backpack, and they would be filming trips and on the tours and stuff like that. So it's a great tool. Ah, thank you for that answer, Jazz. AFRAM is a free festival in Baltimore. Thank you for that. And okay, we're gonna get into our lesson in a moment. Oh wow, it's already 12:01. Okay. Andy says touch base daily field trip. If you register early, you get to choose who you want to sit next to on the bus. We're gonna have to just meet there. We have to like designate a like 2 or 3, like a weekend. So that way people can just meet there together. Right? We can say, oh, we're gonna meet at such and such time at such and such place, and then we could have dinner in the evening. We could just make a little field trip just for a weekend. A weekend trip. I think that would be nice. I think that would be nice. I'm going to look into that. Kimmy Kim, you and I will have to be talking about this one. Kimmy Kim, your logistical brain will be the one that helps me with this. Because Kimmy Kim has a logistical brain. She is good. Chris says, that's a great camera. Thank you for telling me the price. Yeah, it's called the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I'll put it on the screen. Hold on a second. I will put it on the screen for you. It is called the DJI Osmo. And I took this. This was with me on my safaris, and so some of the footage that you see, I'm going to put in some footage into our members page, and you'll get to see. Also, some will be in the community, and you'll get to see some of the videos. But some of the videos you've seen already was shot with using this little tool. And here we go. Put that on the banner. I'm going to share that banner. Oh, you know what? I forgot. If you go in this page in our community, there's a tab that you go across this. You go and it says shop, and it'll say Ron's store. Go across his shop, and then I put together for you guys all the tools that I use. I just don't talk about it, but because I'm not. But there's a section in the store. It says shop. Click the tab, say shop, and underneath you'll see it says my tools for travel. This travel for equipment, camera equipment, and it's like these folders across. In the camera equipment, electronic equipment is the Oslo, and you can click on those links if you want to. Yeah, so that makes it easy as well. Okay, so I do have it there as well. But the DJI Osmo Pocket record, I mean, it is absolutely the best. It's the best selection at the lowest price. Shop the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 today. It's the 4K filming, Bluetooth enabled, active tracking. Like you can put it on someone's face, and everywhere on your face, and everywhere you move, the camera moves with you. It's so cool. Oh, it's a good thing to have. It's one of the best devices I've bought this year in 2026. Okay. So you got that. Everyone knows that there. There you got it. Okay, let me do the lesson real quick. It's gonna be a quick one. No, Lisa, no, a bus trip, Ron. That's the fun part of it all. Well, the whole point, the thing is that there's people that live from all different parts of the country. So that's hard to do. If everyone lived in New York, that would be one thing. But most people are not living in New York. Most of the people in this community live outside of New York. Because I like the weekend idea. I've never been to Chicago. And everyone tells me Chicago is beautiful, but Chicago in the summer is hot. So we need to do it in the fall, like September, October. Okay. And that also gets people to save their coins, as they say. So maybe October. That may be a good trip in October. I like that idea. I like that. Okay, so let's go to our lesson because I have gone over time talking with. But I remember I said, hey, you know what? I'm at the place now. I don't really have a time limit, so I'm like, I will talk as long as you guys want me to talk, and also I will just continue to just share what you guys do. I'm following your lead. If we have a conversation, it's because of you. So today's topic, look at that. 10 quick hacks for photographing the New York Knicks Canyon of Heroes parade. And all you folks out there that are going to be in New York doing this, well, these tips are for you. This was you. I had you in mind. Okay, mobile travel photography edition. This is photography tip. Okay, are you guys seeing it? Let me just make sure you guys are seeing it. Okay, you guys are. Okay. This is a photography tip where mobile travel photography meets the electricity of a New York ticker tape Parade. This is a masterclass waiting to happen. Below is a set of high impact quick hacks our touch base daily community can use to photograph the New York Knicks Canyon of Heroes parade with your phones. These are fast, intentional, and story driven tips. Let's get to it. Number one, lock your exposure. Where's my phone? So, whenever you are taking a picture, anytime you are taking a picture, let me just get my camera up. I'm gonna get my camera up. And I'm gonna see how I can do this so you can see it. I'm gonna get this off the screen for a moment because I want you to be able to see it clearly. So on your phone, right? You see there's a yellow box, right? You see that yellow box that's kind of like looking for something to focus on, right? The yellow box. Now, if I take my finger and I hold it, it's focus. Let me get it right there in the area to focus, and then I hold it. You see that little thing that comes up? It has a little lock. You can lock the focus by doing that, and it's like a little key, little lock. And by doing so, because the reason why, let me go back to the screen here, is reasons why. Bright confetti, reflective buildings, and moving floats confuse your auto exposure. You saw how it was moving around as I was moving around. The focus, it can't figure out what you want to do. So you have to set with your finger where you want to focus. But also, when you see the floats are moving or the buildings, and you just want to capture the confetti, you got to focus on one thing by holding the square, so that way the camera is on lock focus, and now you can just focus. You can just keep that camera right there and then take pictures as the confetti is falling, and you get that nice movement of the confetti and the ticker tape and all the paper blowing in the wind. Okay, so tap and hold to lock the exposure before the action hits your frame. Slightly underexposed though. It protects highlights and keeps colors rich. So a little underexposure will help you. Okay, and also this will help if you also are in manual, I should say pro mode of your camera. Number two, use burst mode for confetti moments. Ticker tape falls unpredictably. Hold the shutter to capture a sequence. Later, pick the frame where confetti forms a natural vignette around your subject. Like, get your focus on the individual. Let's say you see one of the players on the float, and they're coming at you in the big thing that they have. They're usually like on a big bus, and they're coming down the street, but the confetti is flying all around. Focus on the individual. Take the picture focusing on the individual, so that way when the confetti is moving, it's creating a vignette around the subject, which makes it look very professional. Okay, number three, go ultra wide to capture the scale, right? Go wide. You have on your camera, for most cameras today, oops, I just clicked the picture, right? Most cameras today have, let me get started, make sure you can see this. Most cameras today have 3 lenses. You need to be using all 3 when you are taking pictures of a ticker tape parade. Use all 3 lenses, but today on number 3, you go use the wide lens. Use the ultra wide lens. Okay? How do you know that? You see the settings right there, right? It says point ZX, sorry, 7X, 1, 2, and 5. Those are designated lenses, right? Yeah, get that to you, right? There you go. Okay, so let me get that in the screen. Now, oops, let me go back. Here we go. Let me go. Keep a person or float in the foreground to anchor the scene, like I said, right? This is some pictures I took from the Liberty game last year. Was it last year or 2 years ago? I took pictures of the Canyon of Heroes with the Liberty. And you see all the confetti in their hands, taking pictures of people just in general. Number 4, shoot from the side streets for cleaner, more dynamic angles. Front row curb shots are chaotic. True. When you are close up and you're right there, you can't get everything you want to get. I mean, it's good for the distance, but it's a little difficult. It is better to be in the background on a, I'm going to bring this out. I mentioned this yesterday. Okay, I'm going to share this with you. Every photographer that, at least for me, has one of these, right? This little guy. Oh, let me see if it's going to focus, right? Focus, camera, focus. Anyway, these guys open up and you can stand on them. You see that? Closes. Has a little handle. You should buy one. Invest in one. Go online right now today and go on wherever and buy you one. Or you can go to any of the stores, Walmart, all these stores, CVS, I think it is. A lot of stores have them. But there's a couple sizes. I always get this is my small one, but I do have 3 sizes. I carry the larger one because I can also sit on it when I'm waiting for the parade to start. Okay? So it serves 2 purposes. One, you can sit down on them, right? The other is you can stand on it, gives you the extra height you need. I always park myself near the back, or near the fence area, because there's very few people going to be tracking. They'll be tracking in front of me, but they won't be in front of me. Which, if you want to join me tomorrow, I will be most likely in front of the St. Paul's Cathedral, or I should St. Paul's Church. Okay. Let's see what you guys are saying. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so let me put this back on the screen. Okay, here we go. So step back into a cross street for leading lines and fewer obstructions. Use the building as natural frames. Like you see the building, and there's the intersection. Great. You're framing your subject. Okay. Number 5, use 0.5 times for motion blur while walking. Okay, so that's like you got the camera right there, and it almost acts like you have a DJI, but you take the camera and just walk and photograph as you're walking. Press the button, walk, because you're telling a story. So you're getting photos from different perspectives. Take photos of the people on the floats. Take pictures of the people on the street. Take pictures of the people interacting. Okay, this is great for storytelling, transitions, and reels. Okay, even videotape. Click that video button. It makes all the difference. Number 6, shoot through flags, signs, or confetti. Right? Shoot through flags, signs, or confetti, depending on where you are, where the angles are. Make that part of the story. Foreground adds depth and emotion. Lift your phone slightly behind a waving flag or a streamer. Number 2, let it blur. It creates intimacy and energy. I took this picture at the end of the parade after the Liberty folks came through. And you see this is the Trinity Church right here. Maybe I should do Trinity Church. Maybe I should be at Trinity Church. Trinity Church always get good lighting. Okay, maybe I got to think this thing out. Okay. I might be at Trinity Church tomorrow instead of St. Paul's. Okay, number seven, use live photos, motion photos for micro stories. Okay, perfect for what? Confetti bursts, player reactions, crowd eruptions. Later, convert to long exposure for dreamy confetti trails. Okay, so use your gadgets. You have a smartphone. Your smartphone does more than you could imagine. So don't wait to the parade to play with it. Tonight, tomorrow, leading up to the parade, always take time to go through your settings so you can get the feel of it. Okay? So play with these settings. Use your video. The video and the photos are right next to each other, right? You can switch between video and photo. And if you have an iPhone, you could be in video mode and still hit your shutter and take pictures while you're videotaping. Okay? Number 8, flip to 3x or 5x zoom for player close-ups. Now, on the iPhone, we have 2 and 5. The zooms are 5. Like when I put this 5 in, I am really close. You can see I'm very close, right? Right? That's the zoom. Okay? So use the number 2 and number 5. Don't zoom in with your finger. Don't use that. Just click on the 2 or the 5 if you have one of the latest versions of your iPhone. Or use whatever that number is if you have a Samsung. I think Samsung is 3 and 5. Okay? When the float is far, zoom with intention. That's when you get the best shots. Not when they're close up to you, but when they're in the distance. When they're in the distance, that's when you use your zoom lens. But you don't use the finger zoom because that's digital. I should say it doesn't give you the most clarity. But if you use the zoom lens that's already on the phone in its zoom position, you're actually using that lens the way it is. So go with the 2 or the 5, depending on where the people are or the persons. When the float is far, zoom with intention. Keep elbows tucked to stabilize. You know how we talked about that before. Keep those elbows in and take your picture. Stabilize yourself. Shoot in short bursts to avoid motion blur. Okay, so we've also shared that before in many of our classes. You have burst mode in your phone. Use it. Ticker tape parades is the best time to use burst mode. But remember to focus with your finger. Use your finger, place it on the screen, and place it on where you want to focus. And then let the burst go. Number 9, and we're almost there, y'all. Number 9, capture the crowd, not just the team. Photograph the interactions as the music is playing and the people are the players are on their buses and they're interacting and waving to the people in the crowd. Try to get those photos of the interaction. That's telling a story. This is going to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, ticker tape parade in New York City history. It is going to be worth documenting it as a storyteller. Okay? Number 9, right? So the Knicks parade is as much about the people as it is about the players. Hands raised, fans crying, kids on shoulders, street vendors. These are the emotional anchors of the day. Do it all. Photograph everything. You are going into this as a documentarian. Number 10, and last but not least, end with a street level detail shot. After the floats pass, photograph the confetti, the piles. Like you see, I have this picture right here. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. All that confetti. Photograph the news people, photographing the people, the interactions, the kids are playing in it, right? Share it, share. That tells the story. Footprints, crushed cups, Knicks merch on the ground. These quiet frames complete the story arc. Okay? The signs. And also, just so y'all know, I don't know if you've seen the news. I don't know if you've seen the news, but they've placed these New York champion Knicks champions or champions, NBA champions, and different signs on top of the street signs. So you're gonna have this beautiful colors of orange and blues and the Knicks. Take pictures of it. Okay? So tell your story. These tips are good for any parade, but for the ticker tape parade down the Canyon of Heroes, you will have great photos if you follow these 10 tips, these 10 hacks. Okay? And I'm going to stop sharing that. And I think these tips will help you. And that's about it. That's it. Let's go into there we go. If you're part of this community, you can join the community, use the photography, place your photography. If you're here and you're going to be there at the Canyon of Heroes, put some of your photos in the community, share it. Also, if you want to be on the email list, go to ronlewisphotos.com to be on the email list. Also, I am an event photographer. If you're interested in looking for an event photographer for for your corporate events or for your private events, I am that guy. Also, thank you, the Patreon members. You are the ones that support what we do here. You make it all happen. Again, if you're here for the first time, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure you hit the like if you enjoyed this segment. Okay, I think we got it. Oh, one more. If you are a subscriber and you're here all the time, then become a member. Members will have special things that I will be doing with the members. So become a member. Okay. And I think we got it all. We got it all. Let me get this off the screen here. And thank you so much for joining me today and being with me. And but yeah, keep your eyes on what's going on around the world. And I'm praying that this whole Iran war is over. We will know for sure by the end of the week. Hopefully it's all over. And then prices are going down oil-wise today and all that good stuff. So anyway, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being a part of today's chat and conversation. And Kimmy Kim, you and I will be talking. And Elise, I'm going to give you a call probably in about 20 minutes. Okay. Talk to you later, guys. Have a great day. Have a wonderful day. Love you all. Bye bye.